Alrighty, this is Brock Jordan here with Lexis Twentier. We're here for the Redbank Chevrolet Sports Show, also sponsored by Dubrook. Tonight we're here at Penn West Clarion in Tippin Gymnasium, previewing the KSAC Volleyball semifinal matchups. So the first matchup tonight is going to be Clarion Limestone and Clarion Area, and the second one will be Keystone at Brookville. So far this year was a fun volleyball season, I think. I know you coached with Union. Just talk about a little bit about the overview of the season you guys had so far.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think everybody can say right now the KSAC's a little strange, a little different than last year. You have some teams that are really good that might be falling to some other teams, scores that are really close from teams that you don't expect, and we've seen that all around. I've seen that from coaching with Union. We've been pretty close to some teams we wouldn't expect to. Our scores against Keystone were pretty close, and of course they're undefeated right now in the regular season. So seeing those scores has been strange, and of course tonight we'll see Clarion and the CL matchup, who are two really familiar teams with each other, not just this season but last year as well. And then Brookville new to the KSAC, so I think having them in will stir things up a little bit.
Yeah, and you're exactly right. Some of these matchups we've seen, sometimes you go in thinking there's some heavy favorites. This year really wasn't like that. We covered a lot of the different teams, and I mean, AC Valley gave some teams some hard fights. North Clarion was a team that really on any given night could have beaten the top teams. So I think we're going to be set for some pretty good matchups tonight and tomorrow night for the championship. And I think especially and then when the district playoffs comes along, I think we'll see some good matchups there too. I know there's a couple good teams up north in the district. So we're going to head to our first commercial break. You're watching. We're not heading to our first commercial break. All right, so I guess we'll just get right into the first matchup then with Clarion Limestone and Clarion Area. Two teams that played last week. Clarion Limestone swept, but it was 3 close sets. CL was down actually early in the first 2 sets and fought back, and then the third set went into the extra points. So I think, what have you seen from CL and Clarion this year?
Yeah, whenever they first met up, CL won obviously 25-22, 25-21, and then 27-25. So like you said, 3 very close sets. Anything can happen, though, tonight, tomorrow, throughout the playoffs. But Clarion Limestone, of course, a very well-rounded team. They've, Hannah Beggs, Erica Meals, Kaylee Smith, who actually just came back from an injury, so I'm sure she's excited to get out and show what she has been doing. And then Calissa Ferguson, of course. I think they'll look for Hannah Beggs and Erica Meals to score very quickly, very right off the bat. But everybody can, of course. And, Clarion, they're strong no matter who they have on their team. I feel like it's just the program they've built there at Clarion. But they'll definitely look to use Marley Klein and Lacey Lauer quite a bit. And then, of course, Anna O'Toole in the back row digging up. She has 220 digs on the season, so she's there for the defense.
Yeah, and, for CL, that's exactly right. They have so many different players that can get involved. The last couple of weeks, Hepfel's been really involved on the attack. Meals has come up pretty big in the sets, especially when Ferguson or Beggs need a break. And then having Smith back as an all-state setter, she's the KSAC MVP this year. It's such a big deal for CL. So some of the keys to the game, I think, right now, Clarion Limestone is not going to be able to let Clarion get off to those hot starts again, because it's not every day you see Clarion blow a lead. And to get comfortable playing from behind, I guess, is probably not something you want to get into early on in the playoffs, especially.
Absolutely, especially in volleyball. I mean, obviously it's a game of mistakes, so it's just which team makes less mistakes that really wins. And these are two teams that don't make many mistakes that we've seen. So, yeah, and it gets in your mind. It's a mind game, too. If you get down by even 3 or 4 points, you have to really build that mentality back up and be able to actually score.
And then, like you said, no mistakes. CL, in the early part of the season when we were broadcasting some of the matchups, they struggled with some service errors a little bit, and that's going to be one thing that I think they've cleaned up pretty well over the rest of the season. And it's going to be something they're going to have to limit again tonight, because, like we said, that Clarion team, you can't let them get ahead, and you can't be making those mistakes, especially with the experience they have in big postseason matchups.
Absolutely. And one thing I always say, and Mike Kalinowski, Mike Kilroy hear me say it all the time, serving is like a foul shot. You have to be able to get it over and in to be able to play.
And then finally, just the last key for CL, I think it's kind of used in last year's district final as kind of fuel to the fire, because, they took Clarion to 5 sets and ended up winning the KSAC championship last year, but then Clarion came back and swept them in the district final. So I think that's probably still in the back of their mind. Obviously 2 different teams this year, but going to be something they're going to have to use for fuel, I think. And when we come to the games tonight, it's going to be a fun one for CL Clarion. We'll preview Clarion a little bit here coming up. You're watching the Main Street Redbank Chevrolet Sports Show, also sponsored by Dubrook, and we'll be right back.
Redbank Chevrolet, Clarion County's trusted vehicle dealer. At Redbank Chevrolet, we're more than just a dealership. We're your neighbors, your go-to team for everything Chevy. From the moment you walk through our doors, we're here to exceed your expectations with unbeatable service, great selection, and a fun car buying experience. Stop by or schedule your visit today. Together, let's drive.
Since 1946, we've delivered. From commercial to residential, we've got you covered. We proudly serve and support our local communities. Call 844-DUBROOK or visit us online. Dubrook, your trusted ready-mix concrete supplier.
Good luck to all of our area teams from Clarion Ford Chrysler.
Local sales team, local owners.
And remember to buy local at Clarion Ford Chrysler, where all your money stays to the local community.
At Clarion Forest VNA, we bring compassionate care to your doorstep. From skilled nursing to hospice services, we're here for you and your loved ones. Clarion Forest VNA, your trusted partner in home health care.
Modern Living Solutions in Knox is always on the lookout for driven, positive individuals to join their team. They offer career growth opportunities and industry-leading pay. No experience is necessary as training is provided. Apply today and build a future with Modern Living Solutions.
You can afford a gorgeous, custom-designed hardwood Kales kitchen for a lot less than you'd pay at a DIY store. Go to FactoryDirectKitchens.net. At Kales, there are never middleman markups or hidden charges that can add 40%. Go to FactoryDirectKitchens.net. That's FactoryDirectKitchens.net.
For over 50 years, Carly Tire and Clarion has been keeping you rolling with quality tires for all your driving needs. And now, we're more than just tires. From state inspections to oil changes to brakes and total car care, Carly Tire is your one-stop shop to keep your vehicle safe and running smooth. Experience hometown service you can trust and quality you can count on. Carly Tire, the area's largest selection of tires. Stop in today and see why Clarion has trusted us for over 50 years.
Alrighty, back here at Tippin Gymnasium for the Redbank Chevrolet Main Street Sports Show, also sponsored by Dubrook. We're going to get into Clarion now a little bit. Obviously Clarion, a very historic program. It seems like for years it's been Clarion, Clarion, Clarion. They're kind of getting, not so much that they're falling apart, but some of these other teams in the KSAC are really starting to bring some firepower and really giving Clarion some matchups. So just some keys for this CL game against Clarion tonight, the first matchup. I think it's going to be all about getting Marley Klein going early. Last week at the Clarion CL game, you saw they wanted to get Marley going really early, and they did. She had a huge first and second set, and they tried keeping her going in the third set. But as a coach, how do you really set up to defend a player like Klein?
Yeah, absolutely. If she's hitting at the net, whether it's from the outside or the middle, you want to get hands on her no matter what. Slow that ball down for your defense to be able to play it a little bit easier, because even as much as you soak in a hard hit from her, it's still going to go somewhere. So definitely get hands on her hits, and if you can take Marley away, be ready to defend Clarion's pin hitters, whether it's their outside or their right side. They're going to start utilizing them. They're a team that can see the spots and see the plays, so they'll definitely utilize either their pin hitters if Marley's taken away, or back row whenever she's back there.
Yeah, and then when it comes to Clarion, I think building those early leads, if they do build those early leads like they did last week, they cannot play conservative. They have to stay on the attack, take Clarion Limestone out of the matchup early. It's going to be all about getting off to those hot starts and just staying on the gas pedal. I think last week that's kind of what hurt them a little bit. CO, they let kind of get back into the games, and then CO ended up coming back and winning that match. It's just so important to really have a hot start in volleyball.
Absolutely. And going off that, I think tonight, all 4 teams, especially Clarion and CL, though, they have the ability to play. The ability is not what lacks here. It's going to be more of a mental game. It's going to be more of a strategic game. They're going to have to, call those timeouts and say, here's the opening. Here's what we see as coaches or off the bench. So I think we'll definitely see that a lot tonight as well.
Yeah, also for Clarion, we kind of already talked about it. It was such a big program. I think something that maybe Clarion has a slight advantage is they've had some players that have played in some big games. They've had coaches that have coached some big games, and Coach Campbell. And they're going to have to use that advantage or use that experience as an advantage to themselves, because these newer teams that are newer to the playoff, newer to the championship games, it's something they're going to probably have some nerves. Where these girls from Clarion, they're probably going to be relatively calm and collected.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, this is Brookville's first year in the KSAC. Obviously, they've been in the district forever. But Keystone, they haven't really been in the KSAC championship games. They haven't really, just been that strong team that they are this year. And I think, coming off that, Casey Weaver, first-year coach, she's very excited. They've been undefeated this season. Mm-hmm. So I think we'll see a lot of that. So that means they beat CL already. They beat Clarion and Brookville already. And that's not something we're used to. We're not used to seeing Clarion or CL be beaten except by one or the other.
Right, yeah, especially in the regular season. A lot of those regular season matchups are, Clarion ends up maybe undefeated or one loss, and CL the last few years has been the same way. So, to have these teams kind of coming in with more than one or two losses is going to be big, I think.
Absolutely.
But we're going to take another break here at Tip and Jim. This is the Redbank Valley Chevrolet Sports Show, also sponsored by Dubrook. And when we come back, we're going to talk a little bit about the other matchup tonight with the 1-seed Keystone and the 4-seed Brookville. And we will be right back.
Our focus has always been on you at Clarion County Community Bank. We're a full-service bank that offers the financial tools you need and the personal attention you deserve. You'll discover we're not just investing in our community, we're investing in you. Clarion County Community Bank.
Your eyes are the window to your soul, so take care of them. The Laurel Eye Clinic provides complete care from annual exams, glasses and contacts to cataract and retinal surgery, LASIK, and more. As a trusted leader in family eye care for 50 years, you can trust them with yours. Call or visit us online today.
Need reliable plumbing or heating services? Call Luton's Plumbing and Heating. Fast, friendly, and available 24/7. Call them at 814-226-8695.
Hi, my name is Jason, and welcome to Sweet Basil. Come on in.
This game is brought to you by Tionesta Builders? No, Tionesta Builder Supply. Family-owned and operated home improvement centers located in Tionesta and Shippenville. At First United National Bank Freiburg, the Fun Bank, we're more than a bank. We're your neighbor. From savings to home loans, we help you grow right where you belong. Stop in today and feel the difference at the Fun Bank.
NPRC helps me with the flexibility of the class times. I'm able to balance work, our hobbies of racing, and our family time in general with being able to take classes when it's convenient for me.
Affordable opportunities are endless at Northern Pennsylvania Regional College. If you're looking to start next semester or next year, apply now at discovernprc.org. discovernprc.org.
Alrighty, back here at Tippin Gymnasium on the campus of Penn West Clarion, here for the Redbank Chevrolet Main Street Sports Show, sponsored by Dubrook. Time for the second matchup now, and I think this matchup has a lot of potential to be exciting as well. I mean, first of all, you have Keystone, the number 1 seed, coming in undefeated, as we already said. They're a fun team to watch. We watched them a couple times last week. A big thing with Keystone is they're just such a scrappy team, especially on the defensive side. It seems like every ball that is hit to them, they're picking up somewhere. It doesn't matter if it's in the stands, they're going for it, diving for it, or if it's right in the middle of the floor. They're a pretty impressive team to watch.
Absolutely. Yeah, both teams that we'll see in the second matchup tonight are scrappy teams. They're both teams that hustle. Keystone, has 6 to 7 players that they can really count on. 8, 9, you look down the bench, but those first to 6 to 7 are really what matter, and they're going to hustle. They'll be on that floor whether they need to be or not just to get that ball up, and it's never a ball that's potentially playable. It's a ball that they make very playable once they die for it.
Yeah, and one of the coolest stories with Keystone, I think they're just kind of happy to be here. They were less than a week away from not even having a season itself, and then Casey Weaver stepped in as the coach, got them a season going, and sure enough, here they are, undefeated. It was kind of talk before the season started, this would be terrible for them not to have a season because there was a lot of people counting on them to have a big year. So just kind of a fun story there that they're even here. I mean, it's probably something that's in the back of their mind that they're really happy that Coach Weaver stepped up.
Yeah, absolutely, especially having the undefeated regular season. But I was talking to their coach, Casey Weaver, prior to tonight, and she said that it's just been incredible and fun and challenging to coach this team. They're young, they're new, they're fresh. So she's excited about that. But it really shows the dedication and love for the game the girls have, and it's made the season so special. And then her last quote that she gave me was, "It's been an honor to get to coach them." So I think, she even sees what kind of special team this is. And I think she helped as a volunteer throughout the off season and taking them to BC3's summer league. So she knew that they could be something.
Yeah, and then, kind of the keys for Keystone tonight, it's going to be keep playing your game. They're a scrappy team, like we said. It's going to be all about playing their style. Obviously, Brookville matches up pretty well with them. But one of the biggest keys, I think, especially in a playoff atmosphere, is don't be comfortable as the 1 seed. You can't get comfortable coming in thinking you're the best team. It's called a trap game for a reason. You can go in thinking you're going to win, and you're on the way home. Your season's done.
Absolutely, and I think Casey Weaver having that experience as an athlete, trying to think how long ago I graduated. I graduated 10 years ago, so she was 9 years ago. Having that experience, whether it was KSAC's districts, she knows that you can't get comfortable and that you have to be able to play your game no matter what. But, you look at Keystone's stats, and they have so many girls that are over 100 kills, over 100 digs. So they're going to be really okay with being able to get anybody to score the points that they need.
And then switching back over to the other side of the floor for Brookville. Brookville, like we said, first year in the KSAC. That's another fun story, coming into the conference, and all of a sudden, they have a chance to be the top team from it. It's not every day that you have something like that happen, and to have Brookville into the KSAC, it's already out of that competition we've seen. So biggest key for Brookville, I think, not looking back at their first matchup with Keystone. They got swept. It was one of those matches where all 3 sets were pretty close. It's going to be forget about it, come here, play your game tonight, and anything can happen.
Absolutely, and I think that's how all the teams have to be, but Brookville, they have to forget about it. It's a new game, and whenever I coach, I tell my girls that too. It's a new set. Forget about the first set. You still have 4 more to play now. So I think they should really come into the game thinking, okay, we can do this. I'm sure they'll come back with a vengeance, of course, because they want to knock off that top seed. But looking at their team too, they have Samantha Whitling, who has around 400 assists just this season. Emma Northey and Whitney Guth both have 186 and 188 kills, respectively. And then their libero, Palin Lindermuth, is tremendous, the top libero in my opinion in the league with over 400 digs, which 400 is a crazy number. So for their libero to have 400 digs and come into this KSAC championship like that, I expect we'll see 450 maybe by the end of the week.
And then, another one of the big keys for Brookville, they've gained some valuable experience in games this year against some of the top teams. They took Clarion to 5 sets. They played with CL. They played with Keystone. They played Redbank, North Clarion. It's one of those things where they've kind of already gotten a feel for how the league's going to be this year, and they're going to feel for the future, and they have a feel tonight. So I think it could make for a fun upset watch with the 4 versus 1 seed.
Absolutely, yeah, that would be a big thing. And with all 4 teams tonight, we really haven't seen a blowout game against any of them, for any of them. Clarion lost to Keystone 3-1 early in the season. CL beat Brookville 3-0, but the scores were all very respectable and very close. And then, of course, Clarion beat Brookville, but like you said, that was in 5 sets. So I think we'll see a lot of good volleyball.
Yeah, so we're going to get ready to take another break here. When we come back, we're going to talk about the all-conference teams. We already mentioned Kaylee Smith was the MVP of the KSAC. So we'll come back. We'll just talk about the conference teams, kind of some of the players we'll see tonight. This is the Redbank Chevrolet Main Street Sports Show, also sponsored by Dubrook, and we'll be right back.
Redbank Chevrolet, Clarion County's trusted vehicle dealer. At Redbank Chevrolet, we're more than just a dealership. We're your neighbors, your go-to team for everything Chevy. From the moment you walk through our doors, we're here to exceed your expectations with unbeatable service, great selection, and a fun car buying experience. Stop by or schedule your visit today. Together, let's drive.
Since 1946, we've delivered. From commercial to residential, we've got you covered. We proudly serve and support our local communities. Call 844-DO-BROOK or visit us online. Do-Brook, your trusted ready-mix concrete supplier.
Aye, aye, Captain. We'll get into some of the football matchups.
I know Union.
Yeah, the Goats got them at 4-1.
Good luck to all of our area teams from Clarion Ford Chrysler.
Local sales team. Local owners.
That's all right.
And remember to buy local at Clarion Ford Chrysler, where all your money stays to the local community.
They know where I stand.
At Clarion Forest VNA, we bring compassionate care to your doorstep. From skilled nursing to hospice services, we're here for you and your loved ones. Clarion Forest VNA, your trusted partner in home health care.
Modern Living Solutions in Knox is always on the lookout for driven, positive individuals to join their team. They offer career growth opportunities and industry-leading pay. No experience is necessary as training is provided. Apply today and build a future with Modern Living Solutions.
You can afford a gorgeous, custom-designed hardwood Kales kitchen for a lot less than you'd pay at a DIY store. Go to FactoryDirectKitchens.net. At Kales, there are never middleman markups or hidden charges that can add 40%. Go to FactoryDirectKitchens.net. That's Factory Direct Kitchens.
For over 50 years, Carly Tire and Clarion has been keeping you rolling with quality tires for all your driving needs. And now, we're more than just tires. From state inspections to oil changes to brakes and total car care, Carly Tire is your one-stop shop to keep your vehicle safe and running smooth. Experience hometown service you can trust and quality you can count on. Carly Tire, the area's largest selection of tires. Stop in today and see why Clarion has trusted us for over 50 years.
Is this CL over here? Yeah. Okay. What? Oh, we're live. Sorry. Welcome back to the Redbank Chevrolet Main Street Sports Show. This is Brock Jordan here with Lexis Twentier. So, you know, the kind of last segment here tonight, we're going to talk a little bit about the all-conference teams. They announced them here a couple days ago, all three teams, starting off with, like we've already mentioned, KSAC MVP, Kaylee Smith from CL. Had a couple games that she missed with injury, but that just shows how special of a player she is to still be named the MVP. And
going off that, you know, missing a couple games, and Marley Klein also missed a couple games due to injury, but they both really excelled. And I know it's not just about stats, but their stats didn't show that they missed a couple games. They're still well above the others in the KSAC, so I think that's definitely proven that they deserve the honors.
And then just so the first team here, she got teammate Hannah Beggs on there as well from CL, and then we'll see those two going up against another first-team all-conference selection in Marley Klein. So that's going to make for a fun matchup. We have Isabella Brandon from Keystone on the first team, along with Kinsley Freeman from North Clarion and Maddie DeHart from AC Valley. We've watched all three of those teams play this year. All three definitely deserving. All three very good players.
Absolutely. And, of course, several underclassmen are on that first-team list. Maddie DeHart, obviously a senior, so I'm sure AC Valley will really miss her next year. But she's a tremendous athlete. I have the opportunity to coach her in track, too, so I just know that that drive and that work ethic is there for her. Kinsley Freeman, a freshman from North Clarion. Her older sister, Kyler, is a senior there. But she deserves that first-team accolade. You know, I wasn't going to be surprised if we saw her potentially as an MVP as well. Over 200 kills and 200 digs just as a freshman, and I've seen her lead her team on that court as well. So I love seeing the underclassmen on this first team mentioned.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely fun. It shows that the future's bright for a lot of these teams, too. I know we've had a very competitive league in volleyball this year, and I think it's going to be another competitive league for the next few years, especially seeing all these underclassmen on the all-conference teams. Moving on to the second team, we have Adam Campbell from Clarion, Samantha Whitling from Brookville. So we'll see those two tonight, along with Addison Say from Keystone. She's also on the second team. Elena Carrico from Redbank Valley, Kyler Freeman from North Clarion, and Emily Matz from Monitor round out the rest of the second team. Again, we watched a few of these players this year, and it's just all of them could be deserving of first-team selections as well.
Absolutely. That's one thing I was talking to another coach about. Should we do this by positions maybe at some point? Because then you can have, several first teams, several second teams. But again, underclassmen on there, Adawin Campbell, Elena Carrico, both underclassmen, both setters as well, and both great setters at that. We've seen Adawin have couple hundred, I believe, few hundred set assists. Same with Elena Carrico. I know she just hit her 1,000th career set assist there for Redbank, and Becca Doherty had celebrated her and was excited about that as well. And then, of course, like we said, Kyler Freeman, Kinsley's older sister. So I wonder if those two, kind of go back and forth like, oh, I'm first team, you're second team.
I'm sure it's probably a competitive household.
Absolutely. And, of course, their mom, Bobby Freeman, has been a tremendous athlete and coach and referee throughout the district and area. But just seeing all these girls, as a coach, too, playing against them, they're tremendous athletes, Like you said, they should all have the first team accolade and everything like that.
And then for the third team here, we have Naomi Vaneski from Karn City, Catherine Burrows from Keystone, Palin Lindermuth from Brookville, Avery Coe from Cranberry, Lily Shoemaker from Keystone, and Sage Brunst from Montauk. Again, a couple of the players we'll see here tonight, you'll see that they deserve to be on this list. And if you watch any of the other players throughout the season, they deserve to be there as well.
Absolutely. I don't think it comes as a surprise to anyone that Keystone has 4 athletes on the all-conference list. And, of course, Clarion, CL, and Brookville all have 2. So something that we're not surprised about. They're all here tonight. But definitely looking at the third team, Naomi Vaneski is a name that we hear quite a bit throughout the Explorer Sports. She's a tremendous basketball player, a great track athlete, and, of course, we see her dominate on that volleyball court as well.
All right, so that's going to wrap it up here for the Redbank Chevrolet Main Street Sports Show. Okay, I guess we got to go through one more minute here. So just kind of talking about some of the upcoming schedules. We have a big game tomorrow night in football with Du Bois and Central Clarion traveling to Du Bois. We'll be broadcasting that game as well. Okay. All righty, we'll take a quick break, and then we'll wrap it up, I guess. So this is Brock Jordan with Lexis Twentier here for the Redbank Chevrolet Sports Show, also sponsored by Dubrook. We'll be right back.
Our focus has always been on you at Clarion County Community Bank. We're a full-service bank that offers the financial tools you need and the personal attention you deserve. You'll discover we're not just investing in our community, we're investing in you. Clarion County Community Bank.
Your eyes are the window to your soul, so take care of them. The Laurel Eye Clinic provides complete care from annual exams, glasses and contacts to cataract and retinal surgery, LASIK and more. As a trusted leader in family eye care for 50 years, you can trust them with yours. Call or visit us online today.
Need reliable plumbing or heating services? Call Luton's Plumbing and Heating. Fast, friendly, and available 24/7. Call them at 814-226.
Hi, my name is Jason, and welcome to Sweet Basil. Come on in.
This game is brought to you by Tionesta Builders? No. Tionesta Builder Supply. Family-owned and operated home improvement centers located in Tionesta and Shippenville.
Okay.
At First United National Bank Freiburg, the fun bank, we're more than a bank.
Okay, I'll try.
We're your neighbor. From savings to home loans, we help you grow right where you belong. Stop in today and feel the difference at the Fun Bank.
NPRC helps me with the flexibility of the class times. I'm able to balance work, our hobbies of racing, and our family time in general with being able to take classes when it's convenient for me.
Affordable opportunities are endless at Northern Pennsylvania Regional College. If you're looking to start next semester or next year, apply now at discovernprc.org. discovernprc.org.
Alrighty, back here at Tippin Gymnasium for the Redbank Chevrolet Main Street Sports Show, sponsored by Dubrook. So we're going to get into some other sports here. So far, we have a few good District 9 football matchups this week. DuBois Central Clarion tomorrow. I know the guys are going over to broadcast that one, as well as the championship final in volleyball tomorrow night. So that's going to be a great game. Two offenses really kind of figuring things out. That DuBois offense is fun to watch, and Clarion, you're starting to see them figure things out. And then Friday night, Union AC Valley traveling up to Port Allegheny. That's going to be a huge matchup, especially in the single A district playoffs, as well as Redbank Valley and Keystone playing on Friday night. That's going to be another big matchup. I know you had a couple things written down here from other sports.
They're not local, so we can talk about local first if you'd like.
Okay. So yeah, just those football matchups this week. Redbank Keystone, big playoff implications. Same thing with Union AC Valley and Port Allegheny. Winner of that game gets more than likely gets the 1 seed. Loser gets the 2 seed with a week remaining. I think that could be a playoff preview. Same thing with Redbank Keystone. That's going to be one that, those teams are kind of fighting for that 3 through 5 or 6 seed. So that's going to be another big matchup. That could be another possible matchup, along with, one of them playing Union AC Valley, one of them playing Port Allegheny. I know, talking about Union AC Valley and Port Allegheny, what a fun running back matchup that's going to be. Max Gallagher and Skabinski for Union AC Valley, and then Aiden Bliss. You hear his name all the time in the write-ups. He's
Absolutely.
Fun to watch.
Yeah, on the break, that's the one thing I said. That's the one football game that I know because I know those 3 names. You see Aiden Bliss's name all the time with his stats and see how fast he is, and same with Logan, of course, for Union AC Valley, and Max Gallagher as well.
Alrighty, so we'll get into some pro sports now. I know, I think Jake wants us to veer away from college sports. I see him wearing his Penn State gear. He's still recovering.
Well, I'm going to veer on to college sports first, just because we're at Clarion University.
True.
So we have to give Jen Herron and her team a shout out. Tremendous team, love watching them. And recently, they had just dropped a 4-setter to Edinburgh, but of course 4 sets, very exciting still. So they're a team that definitely could still do something.
And then on their football forefront, I'm sure if you followed along Clarion University football at all, or Central Clarion football last year, you saw Jace Ferguson and the performance he put on last weekend against Gannon. I think he shows that he's got a bright future for Clarion University football. I think he's shown that he's ready for college football, D2 football. It's going to be a fun couple years here at Clarion University. You've seen the team kind of build up the last year or two, and now all of a sudden 5-1, I believe. Got a few big games here, Slippery Rock, IUP at the end of the year. So I think those will really be kind of the games where you see where they're really at.
Absolutely. And, Jace was thrown into that one game a couple weeks ago just because the other 2 quarterbacks had been injured. And now he just had his first freshman college start, and it proved that he was ready for it, definitely. Moving on to the professional world, I'll start with women's sports first. But Asia Wilson just recently led the Las Vegas Aces to a WNBA championship, a clean sweep over their opponent. So for all my women's sports people, there you go.
And, the WNBA, it's one of those leagues that's starting to really come around. It's been fun to watch. I know I even tuned into a couple of the playoff games. I don't typically watch professional basketball until the playoffs just because, it's professional basketball. But, the NBA is going to be starting up here. I think opening night is – the middle of next week or the weekend next week. Obviously, you still have LeBron James, all of them, Kevin Durant, Steph Curry. You got some young guys in the league. Other than that, hockey starting back up. Penguins won last night or the night before, so they're looking for a big season. I said we were going to stick away from Penn State football because you're in your gear.
We saw James Franklin fired
Jake's
recently.
Firing. Urban Meyer is Jake's prediction. I don't know that that'll happen. If it does, I think we'll just see the same Penn State that we have for the last 10 years.
And then moving on to the Pittsburgh Steelers, Mike Kalinowski's favorite team.
Yes, Mike Kalinowski's, his favorite team, the Pittsburgh Steelers. He got a good head nod there from him. How about them? 4-1.
I don't know. I watch Steelers games so I can eat the good Steelers food.
We were just a couple of my buddies and I were just down there Sunday. My favorite player is Aaron Rodgers, so had to make it to one game, but I think he's proven everybody wrong. So we're going to wrap things up here. Be sure to tune in here about 6 o'clock for the first semifinal matchup between Clarion Limestone and Clarion Area. This is Brock Jordan with Lexis Twentier. Okay, we'll be live around 5:50 or so with that. So be sure to tune into that. And this was the Redbank Chevrolet Main Street Sports Show, also sponsored by Dubrook. Thank you for joining us, and hopefully you'll see us again soon.